The guide expresses authority as the first conflict that a human being experiences. Now, you'd think of conflict as an argument, and you wouldn't think of an infant as having an argument. But if you think of it from the infant's perspective, it has wishes and desires. It doesn't think that way. These aren't the words that go through an infant's brain, but that's what they are. The infant desires something that holding satisfies. So if it could speak, the infant might say, "I would like to be held." The infant would like for its body to feel full and warm and drowsy. And the speech for that would be, "Please feed me." Or the infant would like to be left alone and given peace and quiet. And the speech for that would be, "I'd like to take a nap right now. If you could, please move out of my space." Since the infant doesn't use these words and doesn't think in these patterns, all it can do is ask. All it can do is try to use instinctual behavior to signal to the parents or the caregivers what it wants. And yet, there is a very fast connection within the infant's mind between the caregivers and the parents giving or not giving what the infant wants. So this happens a few months into life, where the child realizes that mommy has the milk or the bottle or the arms to hold, and the infant is signaling, but the mother is not agreeing. The mother is not giving the infant what it feels it needs. This is the beginning of a sense of that there is an authority. And by authority here, what we're talking about is an energy or an entity, somebody who gives permission, who grants the fulfillment of a wish or desire. So this is a child's first experience with authority, asking for something and having a larger being either give or not give what they are asking for. So the authority, of course, when they give, that's seen as good or wonderful. But when the authority does not give what the child wants, the child experiences a form of hostility, a world that is not pleasurable, a world that is not welcoming.
Excuse me, Jen?
Yes.
The line is bad on my end. I wonder if it's true for other people.
Are you saying that you can't hear?
It's broken, kind of the sound. Your voice is...
I don't mind.
Okay, so it may be my phone. Never mind.
That's okay. Does anyone else have a broken line? Okay. That may be, especially if you're on a mobile phone.
Yeah, I'm not, but I'll change phone.
Okay.
Disregard, continue.
That's all right. I'm happy to help. Sometimes I can change things here, so not a problem. So again, the child is beginning to associate what happens with this outside force and its wishes and desires. And it learns that if the wishes and desires are expressed in a certain way, they are met by the authority figure. They are granted by the authority figure. But if the wishes and desires are expressed in other ways, sometimes the wish is not fulfilled or granted. So what this looks like in real life is if the child asks pleasantly or nicely later on, then the parent or caregiver will say, "Certainly, you can have it." But if the child throws a tantrum or asks in a negative way or is too demanding, then the authority might say, "No, we need to teach you something. You cannot have what you want." So this is the beginning of the child's understanding of what later might be understood as authority. Very, very vague at first, and later becoming more and more pointed. So without using the words, in a child's world, the people who grant wishes and fulfill its desires become an implicit authority.